So I wanted to read Isaiah chapter 40, and it's just about God's love for us and how He helps us on our journey, how He'll comfort us, how He brings our enemies down, and how the whole world will know Him. So I just really love this chapter. So, comfort, comfort my people, says your Lord. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and proclaim to her that her hard service has been completed, that her sin has been paid for, and she has received from the Lord's hand double all her sins. A voice of one calling in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be raised up, every mountain and hill made low, the rough ground shall become level, the rugged places a plain, and the glory of the Lord will be revealed. And all the people will see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. A voice says, cry out, and I said, what shall I cry? All people are like grass, and all their faithfulness is like the flowers of the field. The grass withers and the flowers fall, because the breath of the Lord blows on them. Surely the people are grass; the grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of our God endures forever. You who bring good news to Zion, go up on a high mountain. You who bring good news to Jerusalem, lift up your voice with a shout. Lift it up, do not be afraid. Say to the towns of Judah, here is your God. See, the sovereign Lord comes with power, and he rules with a mighty arm. See, his reward is with him, and his recompense accompanies him. He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart, and he gently leads those who have young. Oh, I love this verse. That's verse 11. 12. So, yeah. Who has measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, or with the breath of his hand marked off the heavens? Who has held the dust of the earth in a basket, or weighed the mountains on the scales and the hills in a balance? Who can fathom the Spirit of the Lord, or instruct the Lord at his counselor? Whom did the Lord consult to enlighten him, and who taught him the right way? Who was it that taught him knowledge, or showed him the path of understanding? Surely the nations like a drop in a bucket, they are regarded as dust on the scales. He weighs the islands as though they were fine dust. Lebanon is not sufficient to altar fires, nor its animals enough to burn offerings, because before him all the nations are as nothing. They regard by him as worthless and less than nothing. With whom then will you compare God? To what image will you liken him? As for an idol or metal worker casts it, and a goldsmith overlays it with gold, and fashions silver chains for it. A person too poor to present such an offering selects wood that will not rot. They look for a skilled worker to set upon an idol that will not topple. Do you not know? Have you not heard? Has it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood since the earth has founded? He sits enthroned above the circle of the earth, and its people are like grasshoppers. He stretches out the heavens like a canopy and spreads them out like a tent to live. I really like those verses as well. So that was from verse 18 to 22. It just highlights, if you're not aware of the book of Isaiah, he's basically a prophet and prophetic words, and during that time they were doing like doing idols. Well, as I said, when I say doing idols, like worshipping idols basically. Anyway, I'll carry on, but this one just lets them know, like, did you not know that, God's not an idol? He's on a throne. Anyway, where was I? Yeah. He brings princesses to naught and reduces the rulers of his world to nothing. No sooner are they planted, no sooner are they sown, no sooner do they take rot in the ground, than he blows on them and they wither, and the whirlwind weeps them away like a chaff. That's another few verses I like to. That's verses from 23 to 24, and basically saying the rulers of the rulers of the world are nothing. Like, he will just blow his breath on them and they'll just wither away. They are nothing, basically. To whom will you compare me, or who is my equal, says the Holy One? Lift up your eyes and look to the heavens. Who created all these? He who brings out the story host one by one and calls forth each of them by name. Because of his great power and the mighty strength, not one of them is missing. Why do you complain, Jacob? Why do you say, Israel? My way is hidden from the Lord. My cause is disregarded by my God. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary. and his understanding no one can fathom. Again, there's another piece I like. So that's verse 27 to 28. But it's basically saying that, the Lord hasn't just disappeared. He's there with you. Like, do not grow tired. He is there with you. He will give you strength. He gives strength on the on the topic of strength. He gives strength to the weary, increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And I like the ending to that. So that was from verse 30 to 31. But it's just a reminder that God is with you, and he comforts you. Do not worry. If you're with God, he will always be, he'll always be present in your life. And it's a reminder if you don't know God and you don't accept Jesus, that your plans are just gonna, you have no future. Basically, you have no future. You're not going to have any everlasting life with God your Father, because when it comes to judgment, or when you die before judgment day comes, God's just gonna blow you away, and you're gonna suffer. You're not gonna have that happiness. And even in your life today, you think that you're having happiness without Jesus. You think your life is full, but it's not. It's like a trickery of the world. Like, the world is one massive trick, and things of this world will trick you into thinking that it's bringing you happiness and you don't need Jesus. But actually, it's not giving you happiness. It's just satisfying your flesh, and it's not actually satisfying the spirit and that missing piece in your heart, because there is a missing piece without Jesus, and that piece only Jesus can fill that missing piece in your life. So you may think that, what, I don't need Jesus in my life, I don't need Jesus in my life, but actually you do need Jesus in your life. And that is one trick that this world will try and tell you, with all the different things that you think are satisfying you, but it actually isn't.